U.S. judge has temporarily blocked an order by President Donald Trump that barred asylum for immigrants who entered the country illegally from Mexico. Monday's order from the U.S. District Judge in San Francisco is the latest courtroom defeat for President Trump on immigration policy. And the order from the judge takes effect immediately nationwide and lasts until December 19th. That's when the court scheduled a hearing to consider a more long-lasting injunction to Trump's order. The president recently said U.S. officials will only process asylum claims for migrants who present themselves at a legal border crossing, effectively suspending the granting of asylum to migrants who cross the U.S.-Mexico border anywhere else. Civil liberties groups rushed to try and block Trump's November 9th proclamation, arguing it violated U.S. immigration law. The judge said in the ruling that Congress clearly mandated immigrants can apply for asylum regardless of how they enter the U.S., and he called Trump's latest rules a, quote, extreme departure from prior immigration practice. The U.S. Justice Department could not immediately be reached for comment by Reuters. Monday's ruling also comes as thousands of Central Americans traveled in a caravan towards the U.S. border, escaping violence and poverty in countries like Honduras. Some arrived in Tijuana, Mexico, on the border with California last week. They faced open hostility from some Tijuana residents who threw stones at the migrants and told them to go back to their home countries. Trump sent more than 5,000 soldiers to the Mexico border. However, critics called the move a political stunt in the run-up to the November 6th midterm elections.
Now, any immigrant who wants to come into the U.S. and ask for asylum may do so. I wonder why the judge would block Trump for enforcing the federal immigration laws. Now, I am not a supporter of Trump. Okay. However, I do agree with him on immigration. So you have hundreds of thousands and even millions of Central Americans that can cross over anytime they want. All they have to do is ask for asylum. Wow. I told people, start taking life seriously. This place has changed dramatically, and is going to keep changing. You look at Governor Jerry Brown, our governor here in California. They're saying he could be in trouble for the wildfires. He should be. Trump was right. Also, again, he was right about Finland. They have a lot of trees. Yet California has more fires than them. And Governor Jerry Brown should be doing more concerning these fires. It's like they just sit back and allow fires to happen and then come in and act like they are saving the day. They're doing something productive. No, you can prevent a lot of these fires, okay? Just as much as it costs the city or the state to fight these fires, you can have helicopters drop water over trees at least once a month that's not getting any water. Keep them moist. No, you guys don't do that. There's a lot you can do, but you're so worried about undocumented immigrants and sanctuary cities. These borders are wide open. Hopefully you are arming yourselves. Hopefully you are keeping your head on swivel. Those borders are wide open. You don't know who's coming through those borders. The army put up barbed wire fences. They did that for absolutely no reasons, because now everyone in Central America can now come to America, to the borders of America, and say, hey, I want asylum. This place is going to look like, you think LA looks like Tijuana? No, America is going to look like Tijuana in about a year or two. Then you have Kamala Harris comparing ICE to KKK. Now, the KKK hung black people, lynched black people, burned down churches. Okay, and ICE isn't doing that. You know who is doing that? Those Mexican cartels, those rape trees that are at the southern borders, where they rape women and throw their underwear in the trees like a souvenir, like a badge of honor. ICE isn't doing that. Is ICE perfect? No. ICE members have gotten in trouble in the past, and they should have if they've done something wrong. However, comparing ICE to KKK isn't equivalent. Now, comparing the cartel to KKK is equivalent. But that's where the Democrats are. Angela Rye, where is she? This is what I'm talking about. They sold you out. Your Democrat slave masters, your liberal slave masters sold you out. They don't need you anymore. That's why they're not campaigning for your votes. They're going to get them through the border. As soon as these people get over here, they're going to ask for asylum. They're going to get asylum. They're going to see an immigration judge. More than likely, they won't go to the immigration judge because they will be deported, so they're not even going to go. Okay? They're going to get on Section 8. They're going to get welfare, and then you're going to see them in your neighborhood. And it already made news, national headlines, and the newspapers that undocumented illegal immigrants have been attacking Black Americans. And I know Black Americans are too busy sipping tea and gossiping than to protect themselves, arm themselves, and protect their families. And because federal courts, a federal judge blocked what the president of the United States was trying to do, now all of Latin America knows the border is wide open. Just come to the border and say, hey, I need asylum. That's it, asylum. That is the secret passcode, asylum. I'm out. Peace.